Everything just fell perfectly into place for the New York Jets, as after what has widely been regarded as a very successful draft for New York, the shocking truth behind all these New York Jets picks have been revealed, and on top of that, it aligns perfectly with what the New York Jets front office has been trying to do since they were hired, and we're going to break all of this down and discuss why the New York Jets are set for the future, and this thing actually looks like it's going to turn around and the Jets can start contending soon. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jets Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. And if you guys are part of that 67% that's not subscribed to Jets Digest, make sure to subscribe. We're on that grind. You're getting multiple videos every day, and on top of that, we're having a bunch of fun. Anything on the New York Jets, news, rumors, updates of anything, we will have them, so make sure to subscribe. But let's jump into the video. We do have a lot to talk about. The New York Jets, their front office did very well at the NFL draft, picking up multiple players who Jets fans were clamoring for, making both the fan base happy and making objectively smart picks. That is exactly what this team needed and what Jets fans have been waiting for. Now, as we know, the first pick in the first round for the Jets, 7th overall, was Armand Membo, a pick widely regarded as successful by the Jets as they took one of the highest potential guys in the draft, who really does have the potential to be an elite offensive tackle in the NFL. And then they followed that up with Mason Graham, who absolutely is a perfect pick for this team and was the perfect move for the Jets overall, and we'll explain that as well. So where things stand for the New York Jets now, things have fallen perfectly into place for Aaron Glenn's team. Glenn, someone who prides himself on recruiting, has done an excellent job thus far with the New York Jets. And this is not just us saying that. It's not just Jets fans. Everyone is in agreement that the New York Jets made phenomenal moves and things have fallen into place perfectly, including former GM of the team, Joe Douglas, who said about the Armand Membo pick, it's a solid wall. It's a strong wall up front. I think Membo is a great pick. It's a mentality pick. Membo has the most upside of any tackle in this draft. So even though Joe Douglas is no longer running the New York Jets, he is talking about them as he was an analyst at the NFL draft and did absolutely approve of what the Jets did. Now, he liked Membo. Joe Douglas was known for drafting multiple offensive linemen throughout his tenure with the New York Jets. I mean, we saw him do it a bunch. We saw Mekhi Becton. We saw AVT. We saw Olu Fashanu all go in the first round for the New York Jets throughout his tenure as the Jets GM. Joe Douglas knew to try to build a strong Jets offensive line. He did a very good job at it, securing 4 of the 5 guys on the Jets line. The only one who wasn't brought in by Douglas was this year's pick, Armand Membo, who Darren Mougey brought in. So where things stand right now, the New York Jets continue to build on the wall that Joe Douglas really started and that Darren Mougey is finishing, which was an excellent move. And on top of that, you just look at everything that's happened, and it does fit in perfectly for the New York Jets. I mean, everything we've seen about it indicates that Aaron Glenn absolutely knows what he's doing, and Aaron Glenn prides himself on recruiting, as mentioned. And Glenn talked about how he really just, this is his specialty, saying, I come from 2 teams where everything was about the offensive line. I'm a firm believer that if you start it inside out so we could build up our line just as much as our defensive line, that only helps you as a team. It helps your quarterback. It helps your running backs. It helps your passing game. It just creates an identity within your team. You're trying to make sure that every team, when they watch film, they see that. So Aaron Glenn, very, very passionate about the offensive line, which is something we've seen. I mean, when he was brought in by the Saints, his first year there, Aaron Glenn's Saints in 2017, they drafted an offensive lineman in the first round. We saw Aaron Glenn become the defensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. What did they do his first year? They draft Penei Sewell at the same pick, 7th overall, a right tackle that worked out perfectly for the Lions. Sewell's one of the best players on their team now. And now the Jets have mirrored that by taking Armand Membo, a guy who's widely regarded by very smart people who have been GMs as someone who very likely could be the best offensive tackle in this NFL draft. I think he will be. I've been a huge fan of Membo for a while now. Membo does have the highest ceiling, and yeah, his floor maybe isn't as high as some guys, but it's a pick that feels like if it works out, the New York Jets have potential to have the best offensive line in football. Something they've been trying to do and something that absolutely fits into what this team needs entirely. On top of that, the Jets have just done a lot throughout. I mean, you look at guys who are 315 pounds plus and have an over 30 vertical and a sub 5 minute. hopefully 5 minutes, 5-second 40-yard dash. The guys who have since 2003, we've seen Trent Williams do it, who's an all-time great tackle. We've seen Tristan Wirfs do it, who's one of the best tackles in the sport. And then Will Campbell and Armand Membo both did it as well. Campbell went fourth overall to the New England Patriots. It is likely that we see Campbell actually switch to playing guard, just because where things stand right now and his shorter arms, it just would make some sense. Meanwhile, Membo will be a tackle. He'll be the right tackle for the Jets. Had a 4.91 40-yard dash. His vertical was 34 inches. And this is a boy he's a big boy. He's 332 pounds. He's heavier than the other guys here, but was able to, heavier than Will Campbell, able to outrun him, and heavier than Will Campbell, and able to outjump him. It was just great job done by the New York Jets to select a guy in Armand Membo, who's a freak athlete at his weight and at his size, and it's just something that you really, really have to get excited about. Now, you look at these stats. These are not Armand Membo's stats. These are Mason Taylor's stats. Mason Taylor played 3 years at LSU and showed a lot of promise, having a 546-yard season to end his college tenure, getting 10 yards per reception throughout his college career and 6 touchdowns in the process. Mason Taylor, I keep wanting to call him Mason Graham. Mason Taylor has been absolutely great in college and shows a lot of potential at the NFL level as well. And this is a perfect move for the New York Jets as it sets up Justin Fields for success. As Rich Cimini highlighted, Mason Taylor could be a key addition for quarterback Justin Fields. How important is a good tight end to him? Very. Fields has an 87.7 QBR when targeting tight ends over the last 2 seasons. Now, only Lamar Jackson at a 93.9 and Brock Purdy at a 92.4 have a higher QBR in that span in a minimum of 20 games played. It's also important to note that Lamar Jackson and on top of that, Brock Purdy have each had elite tight ends who they've been throwing to. For the majority of the time that Lamar's been being Lamar Jackson, we've seen. Sorry, I have a cold. I had to recoil for a second. We've seen Mark Andrews, who's been great. We've seen George Kittle when he's healthy for the 49ers look really great. I guess the one healthy thing matters for Mark Andrews as well too. But we've seen excellent tight end play out of those 2 quarterbacks. And you look at Justin Fields, Pat Freiermuth's great, and he was great for the Steelers last season when Justin Fields was quarterbacking, but it's not like Justin Fields has been lined up with these all-pro tight ends. So now you get a guy in Mason Graham. There it is. I did it. You get a guy in Mason Taylor who absolutely is going to fit with the Jets perfectly. He's going to get a lot of passes. Mason Taylor is a real opportunity to be effectively the second wide receiver on this team, considering the Jets' receiving threats are pretty limited. So we're going to see Mason Taylor get targeted early and often into his NFL career, and he's going to see a lot of chances to grow through experience as the Jets' tight end 1. This is really exciting because we've seen a lot of great second-round tight ends recently, and Trey McBride's the highest paid tight end in history. He was a second-round tight end. So we've seen these second-round tight ends work out a lot recently, and Mason Taylor feels like the next story to be able to do that. Meanwhile, the New York Jets, they hit a home run in this draft. What do you guys think about it, though? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Jets.